supply chain management on personal performance, I think I don't know why it can be the result is negative. Has a positive, significant impact on organizational performance. Okay, Mbak Risa, I think I want you to explain why it's happened. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss. Thank you very much for the opportunity. To me, I would like to explain why hypothesis one is the right for my team's research. First of all, I will explain about the unsupported hypothesis in the study. The fact that SCM does not always directly improve organizational performance, especially in the context of COVID-19 pandemic. Because in this research, we did after COVID-19, and this finding is an important and relevant result because it showed that improving SCM does not immediately have a positive impact on organizational performance without adequate innovation.
I hope that it can.
And then the COVID-19 pandemic has brought significant challenges to SMEs, especially in Indonesia, we know at the time, and then including limitation in resources and innovation capabilities for the portrait at the place. And then although companies may have improved their SGM without the support of strong innovation capabilities. And then SGM improvement cannot always lead to direct improvement in organizational performance. And then innovation capabilities and SGP improvement are crucial to optimize the positive impact of SGM on organizational performance. And my opinion, and personally, I see this unsupported hypothesis is a new finding. Yes, I think this is an interesting finding because it's a different with it is different with the previous study. And then I can what is in our article in SMEs in Indonesia must not only focus on improving SGM but also on developing innovation capabilities and then improving SGP. The limitation faced by SMEs in terms of researchers and innovation capabilities can hinder the potential for performance improvement, even though SGM has been improved. So it is our team reason and find why hypothesis one is rejected. Thank you very much, Miss.
Okay.
Yes.
Maybe explain that the manageable supply chain does not always the manageable supply chain does not always have a good result. Yeah, because of the manageable supply chain will have negative impact on organizational performance. So maybe you must explicitly explain in the paper. Maybe before the company measure about the performance, maybe the company must measure the performance of the right inputs, and then after that it will impact on organizational performance. Yeah, because of the mediating of supply chain performance significant, right? For the mediating of supply chain performance. So I think it's it's not enough to manage the supply chain, but the organization must measure the performance of supply chain. So the supply chain will impact on organization performance. I think those are my suggestion for the paper, Mbak.
Thank you
Okay.
very much, Miss.
Yes, you're welcome. Okay, I think this is for the presenter one. Please give applause to presenter one. Okay. Thank you. Next turn, I will invite for the next presenter. It is Bu Indah Fatmawati. Bu Indah, are you ready? Okay. Okay. Let's hear the recording of Bu Indah presentation.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Zainab Zuhratul Maudah. I'm as a second author for this research, and for the first author is Bu Indah Fatmawati. I would like to present this research under the title Exploring Luxury Brand Engagement in Developing Country, the Role of Social Media Consumer Involvement. For the research background, customer engagement is vital for creating, building, and maintaining customer relationships. Companies must make a good impression through their social media because fans or followers will always consider following the brand's page information to have the intention to buy their products. And then there are two consequence dimensions of consumer brand engagement, namely self-brand connection and brand usage intent. For the research question, we divided into three aspects. For the first is customer involvement, and then self-brand connection, and then brand usage intent. And for the literature review, we use self-congruity concept. And then the second is luxury consumer brand engagement. And then the third is social media. For the research method, the sample and data collection method, this study used non-probability sampling. And then we use the following criteria for sample selection. The respondent is a luxury brands to be chosen as a follower of luxury brands Instagram accounts. And then the measurement, we have 6 variables, which are customer involvement, cognitive process, affection, activation, self-brand connection, and brand usage intention. The measurements itself have 7 points that ranging from totally disagree and to a 7th point is totally agree. For the research results, the first hypothesis show a positive relationship between consumer involvement and the 3 dimensions of consumer brand engagement. And the hypothesis 2, the results show that the relationship between consumer brand engagement dimensions and the self-brand connection is positive. For the last hypothesis, this results show a positive relationship between consumer brand engagement dimensions and brand usage intention. For the discussions, consumer involvement on luxury brand Instagram content can evoke consumer cognitive, affection, and behavioral. For on the luxury brand Instagram sites for personal importance, and the study reveals that consumer thought and then consumer emotional and behavioral will also build a self-brand connection. And the study also suggests that consumers thought, consumer affection, and activation will can influence their choice of brand usage intent. The study used Sobel testing to identify the mediating effect of consumer brand engagement on self-brand connection and brand usage intent. The results show a significant indirect effect of consumer brand engagement on both outcomes. For the conclusion, consumer involvement has a higher impact on the activation dimension. And then the consumer brand engagement dimensions were confirmed give a positive impact on self-brand connection. And the last is the affection and the cognitive process were confirmed to have a minor positive impact on brand usage intent. And last but not least, the recommendation. This study suggests the future research might examine the other variable consequences such as loyalty, satisfaction, trust, and commitment. And it will be interesting to explore the other social media network and to compare the differences to Instagram. And for Facebook is one of the most suitable example. Okay, thank you so much for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
So now we will
Okay.
continue with the Q&A session. Anyone?
Okay, it is very interesting because of
Or maybe
luxury brand like maybe Hermes or it's some kind like maybe who in the fashion is on that brands maybe they are always wearing some kind of brand. The question is in the I want to ask it is only based on my curiosity in the I want to know
why
what
we choose
kind of
Sorry, Bu Fauzia.
yeah
Sorry, your surrounding voice is come to our room.
yeah
It is distract our.
yeah.
Okay,
Okay, because it is the same one with other room in there. It's the same one with other room here.
Maybe
Sorry.
you can ask him to lower his voice.
Okay, okay. Let's ask him first.
Since from the beginning.
Aja Pak Taufik.
Organizational also job certification.
Okay. How about now, Winda? Still annoying.
Very much. Congratulations.
Can you hear my voice, Winda, now?
Yes, I can now, but still noisy.
Oh.
It's okay. Let's try.
Okay, Winda, I want to know, it's based on my curiosity. I want to know what kind of item bought by the respondent, what kind of brands it is. Maybe Bu Indah asked to the respondent according to the brand, or maybe not, I don't know. But it's only my curiosity.
Okay, thank you, Bu Fauzia. Since I also invite Mbak Zainab here, I will give her opportunity to, as her first exercise to join in international conference. Welcome, Mbak Zainab. You can explain several items or brand that you collect. Yeah, I think we have several brands starting from Hermes until maybe the lowest is Coach, maybe. Yeah, please, the time is yours for you.
Yeah, thank you so much for the opportunity. I will answer the question. So, we provide a list of luxury brand to be chosen as a screening question to ensure that the respondents use a luxury brand such as Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Chanel, Coach, Michael Kors, Hugo Boss, Dior, Balenciaga, YSL, and Prada. So we decide the luxury brand Instagram page first, and then we gone through the followers. So we like direct message the followers to fill the questionnaire so they can so we can what is it called? So we can provide the information from them to this research.
Okay, thank you, Ma. But I still have a question. Okay, what is or what are your reason why you conduct the research about the luxury brand? Do you have a reason?
Maybe our.
Okay. For the reason of this
Let
topic.
me help
Oh
you,
yeah.
Mbak Zainab.
Okay, okay.
I think this is based on our what is it interest, because of the use of global brand is increasing, especially in developing country, and we know also that the customer engagement with the social media is also become more intense. So we are curious to investigate whether there is a relationship between those phenomenon, between the growth of using global brand, especially premium brand, and the use of social media. Oh ya, Bu Fauzia, let me introduce Mbak Zainab is Pak Masyhudi almarhum daughters, and she's our graduate from international program of management.
Oh, I see. Okay. Okay, I think the last Indah maybe is only a suggestion. I already read your paper, but there is something annoying, Bu Indah. For the table in the manuscript, it start from table 5. I think it's modified, start from table 1 and then table 2, table 5, and so on. But I
yeah.
see that it's start from table 5. I think
Okay.
that's all. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, thank you very much, Bu Fauzia. Because of initially this paper will be sent to journal, so it is in a complete report. But because of I am the first author maybe who sent to the conference, the committee refused to withdraw this paper. I mean, I can withdraw the paper so that I have to compress into 10 pages. Sorry.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. for
Yes,
your-
I know that, Brinda. Okay, thank you, Brinda, for the presentation, and thank you also for Mbak Zainab. Okay, and then we will turn to the next presenter. Okay, the next presentation will be Ibu Malvira Rizky. Are you ready, Ibu Malvira?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay, let's watch the recording of Bu Malvira.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Malvira Rizky Maulani, and today I will be presenting about our research. The title is Managing Donation Disposal Behavior by Assessing Consumers' Attitude Towards Sustainable Consumption. The fashion industry, especially clothing, has experienced significant growth and is the most important economy in the world. By 2024, the global market value for clothing is expected to reach $1.79 trillion, up from $1.73 trillion in the previous years. And the significant growth of the fashion industry has led to an accumulation of textile waste and had a negative impact on the environment. Over time, individual awareness of environmental sustainability has also increased, shifting consumer preference toward eco-friendly products and sustainable disposal techniques. Developing a strong understanding of the factors that influence consumer decisions to behave more responsible in post-fashion consumption can provide ideas that can be used to develop strategies to change consumer behavior. And the research object in this study is there are subjective norm, attitude towards sustainable consumption, and donation disposal behavior. And there are 4 hypotheses in this study, as you can see in the PowerPoint. And the literature review in this research is there are subjective norm and attitude. In sustainable consumption, subjective norms are closely related to culture. And this suggests that the likelihood of consumer adopting sustainable practice depends on the perspective of others and public opinion in their society, maybe like their friends or their family. And how about the attitude? A person's attitude can be defined as their beliefs, their feeling, and the perception of a particular behavior. In this case, it is an attitude towards sustainable consumption. And in this research, we use quantitative methods with purpose of sampling, and we distribute questionnaire online with Google Forms, and we collect 279 data, and these respondents were 18 until 35 years old or young adults, and the results of our study were analyzed using SEM-AMOS. Here the result of our research. The first hypothesis and the third hypothesis were accepted or significant positive impact, and the fourth hypothesis is rejected. The conclusion of our study, according to the result of the investigation, attitude doesn't have a significant influence as a mediator between subjective norms and donation behavior. However, subjective norms and attitude towards sustainable consumption partially have a positive and significant impact on donation disposal behavior. The result of this study show that several things can be done to increase consumer desire to donate. For example, conducting sustainable campaigns such as holding a trade-in program where consumers can donate old clothes to get discount on new purchases. Or furthermore, collaboration with social institutions to facilitate the donation of used clothes. And this not only improve the company's image, but also reinforce the subjective norm among consumers that donating clothes is a valuable act. And the recommendation, given that attitude are not significant mediator between subjective norm and donation behavior, further research may explore other factors that may play a role as mediator or moderator. Maybe, for example, like personal value, empathy, or social responsibility. And this study was limited to young consumers aged 18 to 35 years old, and future research could focus on different demographic segments. And in addition, future research may use other methods, maybe such as qualitative or mixed method. For example, maybe in-depth interviews or focus group to explore individual motivation and barriers to clothing donation, then tested quantitatively on a large scale. Thank you. Maybe that's all from me. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, Malvira, great presentation. I have a question according to the
Because Shire Box, I read the article is pilot. That's why I research competition e-grocery in Indonesia by physical supermarket and e-grocery.
Okay, okay. Because you maybe your family maybe have the experience with the e-grocery, so you interested to do this research.
Correct.
Yes, yeah, that is fine. It's okay.
Okay.
And what maybe one more about the you stated in your title about price post-COVID, about price in the post-COVID era, right? You this is there any maybe some difference between post-COVID and pre-COVID related with the consumer behavior in e-grocery? So because you said that after post-COVID, many of the e-grocery is maybe bankrupt or fell, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Because I read the article for the news, trend to buying before COVID, after COVID is very low, under before post-COVID.
Oh, okay. So this is the difference. The main difference is because
Yes,
this
that's
this
right.
is okay. Okay. Thank you very much, Dr. Mr. Abdullah Bilman and the team from Bina Nusantara. And good luck of your research. And yes, I hope that you can publish in the Code Journal related to your research. And okay, we move to the maybe last presenter for this session from Jonathan William and Mr. Suwarno from Pinus as well, about the analysis of influence of social media marketing and co-creation behavior on brand equity through mediation, brand experience, and automotive product in Indonesia. So we hear the presentation and we followed after that with the Q&A session.
Hi everyone, let me introduce myself. My name is Jonathan William Yap and my colleague is Dr. Suwarno. I would like to present about our research with title Analysis of the Influence of Social Media Marketing and Co-Creation Behavior on Brand Equity through Mediation Brand Experience of Automotive Products in Indonesia. Let us begin with introduction, research background, competition in the business world and its impact on the automotive industry. Second, challenge faced by the automotive companies in Indonesia. Research gap, research using the customer's-based brand equity approach is still small in the automotive industry, despite the fact that a significant amount of research has been conducted on social media marketing. There is still a little progress in understanding how social media marketing action affects customer loyalty and brand equity. Research question, how do social media marketing and co-creation behavior influence brand equity through the mediation of brand experience in the automotive industry in Indonesia? Second, what is the impact of social media marketing and co-creation activities on brand equity, with brand experience acting as a mediating variables? Next, research object. Primary object to investigate the impact of social media marketing and co-creation behavior on brand equity. Secondary object to explore the role of brand experience as a mediating variable in the relationship between social media marketing, co-creation behavior, and brand equity. Literature review. Social media marketing is a marketing approach utilizing platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter to promote product and build relationship with the audience. Co-creation behavior refers to users actively participating in value creation for mutual benefits and involving customers in product development to generate value based on their needs. Brand experience encompasses sensory, emotional, cognitive, behavioral, and relative aspect of customers' interaction with the brand. Brand equity represents the value derived from owning a well-known brand. Research method. This research is using a quantitative approach. Data was collected from questionnaires, which is using Google Form, with Likert scale of 1 to 5, with 116 respondents. Respondent range age from 18 to 71 years old. The respondents here are those who possess or operate a vehicle at very minimum. Data analysis using partial least square structural equation modeling, which is Smart PLS 3.0. Research result. convergent validity test. The validity test from 34 question results show that all question items on the questionnaire are valid. However, there is one question excluded, which is BX5, because it does not possess the correlation coefficient significance test at the 0.05 significant level. Next, construct validity and reliability tests. When testing convergent validity, it can be evaluated based on external loading or factor loading and average variance extracted, AVE. A load factor limit of 0.5 is commonly used in research. Discussion. As we can see here from the table, there is influence between social media marketing and brand equity. Next, there is no influence between social media marketing and brand experience. And then there's no influence between co-creation behavior and brand equity. Next, co-creation behavior there's influence between co-creation behavior and brand experience. Third, there's influence between brand experience and brand equity. Conclusion, the study determined that social media marketing has a favorable impact on brand equity. However, it does not have impact on brand experience. In this particular, brand experience does not serve as a mediator. Co-creation behavior has a beneficial impact on brand experience, but does not have a positive impact on brand equity. Therefore, in this context, brand experience acts as a mediator for co-creation behavior. Recommendation, the study enhances or comprehensive of how value-generating behavior can promote interaction between companies and customers, leading to reciprocal advantage. As a result, automobile companies in Indonesia are more efficient. Furthermore, the impact of social media can aid enterprise in disseminating information to consumers, thereby enhancing their awareness of brand value and ultimately boosting car sales in Indonesia. Thank you for listening.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Yonatan and the team from the Bina Nusantara. Once again, this is very nice research. Okay, before we move to the Q&A session, I will remind you to fill the attendance list that may be already listed in the meeting chat, so you can fill it. And okay, now we enter the Q&A session. Anyone here that want to give the feedback or maybe have the question related with the Mr. Yonatan and the team research? Anyone? Anyone here that maybe have the feedback or maybe some questions that can improve maybe the research? Okay, maybe I will also have the question with this research. I a little bit interest with your variable about the co-creation, because when we talking about the co-creation, it's consumer is become the central role, right? Consumer it become it have the important role to in all of the process, right? And in your research, because the results say that in co-creation is not influence about the brand equity, but have the influence in brand experience, right? And maybe you can explain why. What is the difference between the influence of co-creation in brand equity and co-creation in brand experience? Maybe related with the nature of the industry that you choose, because you choose the automotive product that may be more sensitive with the experience for the customer, for example, so they need to collaborate with the provider where they engage with the automotive product.
Okay, thank you for the question.
Yes.
I would like to answer. First of all, co-creation behavior refers to the actively participating in value
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
creation, and then involving customer in product development to generate their base needs, actually like that. So in brand experience in the automotive industry, actually sometimes they use by using test drive and then they ask the customers to give a feedback. So actually the feedbacks always goes to the brand experience, not brand equity, because when they're driving, it doesn't as we know, brand equity like present the value derived by owning well-known brand. So it doesn't affect the brand equity, but it affects the brand experience.
Okay, maybe okay for the brand experience. Maybe I agree with you because the automotive you say that customer will experience maybe in test drive or anything. But after that, in the long term, I think it is possible, right, to create the brand equity for this kind of the brand in automotive product. You agree with that? Maybe.
Maybe I'm not so agree because brand co-creation behavior is asking the customers to participating to increase their value. But in brand equity, what the brand want to build is a brand quality, brand name, and so that they can be a well-known brand. So for me, in co-creation behavior, they cannot goes to the brand equity because they're not giving any value to the brand. But in why they should go by mediating the brand experience, because brand experience actually is the one to connect with the brand equity.
Oh, it connected.
Yeah,
With.
must
Okay.
have an influence between brand experience and brand equity.
Yeah. So that's why. I said to you that after maybe co-creation, maybe not directly to the brand equity, right? But it's through the brand experience. But it may be after they got the good experience because they participate, they engage with you said active involving and anything. After that, in the long term, that brand is also become well known and maybe, right?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Because as we can see, as like EV, they start like giving a feedback for the brand. So maybe it can maybe it will influence the brand equity as well also.
Exactly, because the EV is the new product now, because we have to test drive what is the effectiveness of EV rather than the common vehicle, right? Yeah. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Yes,
You're
Mr.
welcome.
Jonathan and the team. Okay, all of you, this is the end of the parallel sessions. Thank you very much for your presentation. I think all of you already present a very, very nice research. So I hope that once again you can improve your research and maybe publish in the good journal somewhere, right? And thanks once again. Thank you very much for your participation, sending the paper to our conference, and thank you, and so much. And I will.
Recording in progress.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Recording in progress.
Please join to the main session. Yeah.
Thank you.
Recording in progress.
And to be published in
Recording in
the
progress.
proceeding as the part of the outcome for this conference. And here is the paper that we are going to set up, and the title is Developing Customer-Centric Marketing Strategies for Maritime Logistics. And again, this paper actually presented by us from from Maritime Institute, and the main researcher is Mr. Larsen Barasa. And here we go. And the research background is actually taken out from the maritime logistics sector in Indonesia. It aims to address the current landscape with varying levels of the customer understanding. Even though in some while all the strategy of marketing can be applied for the whole part, but seems it is representing for the strategy for the economic marketing through the maritime logistics, the currency of how all the officers around the maritime port and shipping management will directly involve. And for the research question is actually, what is actually the providers can develop effectively for the customer centric, especially for messaging detailer or industry for professionalism. And of course, the objection or the objective of the research is in the investigation of development and implementation for the customer centric for the marketing strategies within the maritime logistic industry in Indonesia. Again, the focus is to find out the understanding how the marketing message directly driven, and especially for the offerings for the meta for the specific enhancing the industrial professionalism. And the method, of course, we are doing this one in a very simple pace, especially for the chosen gain for the insight, and also for the conducted interviews with the industry stakeholders. And also we find out the comprehensive exploration for how logistic providers can improve their marketing strategies to serve the better part for the customers, especially for the global market. And of course, the result, even though I am preparing it for the whole part for the research, the professionalism for the industry expertise are identified for the crucial factors for gaining for the customer trust. And the discussion, of course, can be seen in our full paper, but the whole part for how discussion that actually represented in the whole case is professionalism and industry expertise can identify the critical factors and also gearing out for the whole part for the best foster sustainable growth of the maritime logistics sector. And the conclusion, of course, we underscore the critical needs of the maritime logistic providers in Indonesia and also adopt the customer-centric marketing strategies. And in this case, challenge related to the complaints for the international standard underscore the importance of enhancing professionalism and industry expertise. And I think that's all for today. Thank you. And if you have further more question up, especially for our title for our research that actually relevant to the whole case, related to our research for the maritime for developing for the customer centric. We go on for the marketing strategies, but again, the focus will be in the maritime logistics. And of course, in the whole case that we are going to directly invite up, we explain it more fully in our full paper that's expected to be published soon as possible after the conference done. And we have done it for a very good one. I think that's all for today. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for the chance for us to represent our presentation and also our paper. Thank you.
Okay, we still have a couple minutes. Okay, I just have one question. Pak Larsen, yeah. In the table, in the first table in your paper, you mentioned about the maritime logistic solution, and you mentioned about inconsistent, limited, and growing, but you didn't explain about what is the inconsistent, limited, and growing for the logistic solution, especially for maritime. Can you explain that?
Yes, of course, because I have explain it up in the board of finding, especially for the indicator 1, indicator 2, and 3. So here is actually for the solution actually indeed, especially for the customer understanding, whether it is for the telemarketing message and also for the custom package. Yes, I think in the revision later on we will edit more for explaining what is actually the maritime logistics solutions. But for the indicator for the 3 of them, whether it is the customer understanding or even the telemarketing message and also for the customer service, it is actually for how we survey the people who are indicate for finding out for the solution, especially for the higher part for the second one, for the telemarketing message. Why? Because if you see in Google Play Store or even in many kinds of media, even in Instagram, people will share their complaint by chatting. You know what? Because if in Play Store, if they have found out any complaints, they will easily to complain it by chat. You see, for the marketing message, if you have any problems, for example, for nowadays, there are some medias that show up the bad things that actually done by any institution. Any people, netizen, they will easily chat in Instagram chat or even in X or Twitter chat. It is easily for them to show their complaints. Why? It is actually for how the way, that's why it is high, even though it is limited. Why it is limited? Because right now, in many kinds of majority of the store or the app store of the application, you can limit it up. Example, if you have the store or the app store or even the complaint for the logistic, whether in this case, in our customer-centric marketing strategies, if we see that the complaint is too much, it is about the hate, it is about the comment of hate, we can directly limit it up. That's why it is written in the limit.
Okay, yes, thank you, Pak Larsen. I'm sorry because of the time is up. But sorry, I'm sorry. I think that's all. We reached to the end of the presentation. Thank you for all the participation and thank you for the great presentation for all the presenters today. And then thank you for Mbak Arulia who helping us and for the committee that facilitates us for this event. Okay, let's end the session with hamdalah together. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. And thank you so much. I apologize if there's something wrong with me. Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Yes.
Recording in progress. Recording in progress.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Naval Hidayat as the operator for this session. Before we begin, I would like to inform you that each participant has 5 minutes for the Q&A session after I present the video presentation. So I will now pass the lead to the chair of the session, Dr. Punang Amari Puja, SEST MIT.
Okay, thank you, Mas Naufal. Now, we're in panel session 2 and breakout room 1 of the International Conference on Management and Sustainable Environment. Now, we do have 3 presenters we are supposed to, but today there are 2 presenters available. The first one would be on marketing by Ms. Adila Anggraini, and the second one also on marketing by Mr. Radian Dananjaya, Regina Davasha Hartanto, Anissa Ayuningtyas Wibowo, and Paudin. Okay, so for the first presentation, I would like to invite Ms. Adila Anggraini for her paper on examining the role of Indonesian consumer dispositions towards global cosmetic brands.
I will now share the video. Oh. Is it?
Hello everyone, good day. My name is Adila Anggraini and I will be presenting our paper entitled Examining the Role of Indonesian Consumer Dispositions Toward Global Cosmetic Brands. This paper was written by Adila Anggraini and also Caroline Pitt. The Indonesian beauty industry has seen a massive growth within the last few years as beauty communities have become more accessible. However, there are still lack of understanding when it comes to the importance of understanding of what variables affect an Indonesian cosmetic consumer purchase intention to purchase from a foreign or local cosmetic brand. Pew Research has addressed to what extent consumer disposition affect purchase intention of global cosmetic brands from emerging and developed markets in Indonesia. So these are the research questions that we have. First, what factors drive the purchase intention of global cosmetic brand purchasing? Does the consumer's attitude toward cosmetic brands from emerging or developed countries affect that purchase intention? And lastly, which key factors of purchase intention influences a consumer's decision of purchasing a cosmetic brand from emerging or developed countries? These are the variables for our research model. The first one is cosmopolitanism. The cosmopolitan consumer can be defined as an open-minded individual whose consumption orientation transcends any particular culture, locality, and community, and who appreciate diversity, including trying products and services from a variety of countries. The need of uniqueness refers to the trait of pursuing differences in terms of relative to others through the acquisition, utilization, and disposition of consumer goods for the purpose of developing and enhancing one's self-image and social image. On the other hand, materialism can be demonstrated when consumers value the accumulation of goods as central to their lives. When attitude is defined as an individual's internal evaluation of the brand, and it is also defined as a network of interconnected beliefs and lasting opinions of the brand and overall brand evaluation. Purchase intention is defined as a decision-making behavior as well as preference to purchase a product or service. Purchase intention has another aspect that the consumer will purchase a product after evaluation. This is our theoretical framework. And these are our hypotheses. So we hypothesize that cosmopolitan is positively related to the attitude toward global brands from developed markets as well as from emerging markets. However, we posit that cosmopolitanism also will have a greater positive impact on attitudes toward global brands from developed markets than emerging markets. Need for uniqueness is posited to relate positively to attitude toward global brands from developed markets, but relates negatively to attitudes toward global brands from developed markets than emerging markets. And need for uniqueness will also have a greater positive effect on attitude toward global brands from developed markets than emerging markets. Materialism is posited to relate positively to attitudes toward global brands from developed markets, and materialism was hypothesized to relate negatively to attitudes toward global brands from emerging markets, and it was also posited to have a greater positive effect on attitude toward global brands from developed markets than emerging markets. Brand attitude will positively mediate the effects of cosmopolitanism, need for uniqueness, and materialism on purchase intention toward global brands from developed markets. And brand attitude will also positively mediate the effects of cosmopolitanism, need for uniqueness, and materialism on purchase intention toward global brands from emerging markets. So our unit of analysis are Indonesian females who were born in the 1985 to 1996 and are also cosmetic users. We managed to get 241 respondents through convenient sampling, and we use Smart PLS to analyze our data. And we have some coefficients to make sure that our indicators are valid and reliable. So these are the results of our formula alpha test. And this is our descriptive statistic. So basically, majority of our respondents are within the age group of 25 to 36 years old. They use mostly skincare, followed by makeup, hair care, and then body care. And they spend about 100,000 to 500,000 rupiah per month to on cosmetics. And then the next majority also spend about 500,000 to 1 million rupiah on cosmetics each month. In terms of frequency of purchase, majority of the respondents purchase the cosmetics monthly, followed by annually and every 3 months. So they purchase the cosmetics quite frequently. And in terms of brand familiarity, majority of the respondents are familiar with L'Oreal, Estée Lauder, as well as Innisfree. And in terms of the global brands from emerging markets, they are familiar with Wardah, Something, and Dear Me Beauty. And in terms of recent cosmetic purchase, this is the information that we have. This is the descriptive statistic of our cosmopolitanism variable. As you can see, majority of the respondents lean toward the right, with the highest mean belongs to CO4. The availability of foreign products in the domestic market provides valuable diversity. And this is also our descriptive statistic, our mean and standard deviation for need for uniqueness, materialism, and brand attitude, as well as purchase intention. And in terms of fertility testings, yeah, we check the auto loading and everything is valid. Also average variance expected, in which everything is valid as well. And the discriminant validity also shows that every indicator is valid. And the reliability testing also shows that every indicator that we use for every variable in this research is also valid. We tested the hypothesis and we took a look into the path coefficient and p-values. As you can see here, cosmopolitanism in the developed market model actually show significant impact on brand attitude. However, net for uniqueness was not shown to have a significant effect on brand attitude. Materialism was found to have a significant effect on brand attitude as well, and brand attitude was also shown to have a positive and significant impact on purchase intention. Yeah. Similar result was actually shown for the emerging market model. As you can see here, cosmopolitanism was shown to have a positive influence on brand attitude. However, net for uniqueness was not shown to have a positive impact on brand attitude. Materialism was shown to have a negative impact on brand attitude, and brand attitude was shown to have a positive impact on purchase intention. We did a multi-group analysis as well to show the differences between two markets, the emerging markets as well as the developed markets. And as you can see here, there are actually differences as well and similarities as well between those two markets. So let me just read you the summary of the findings. Yeah. So for H1A, consumer cosmopolitanism is positively related to attitude towards global brand that originate in developed markets. That hypothesis is supported. H1B, consumer cosmopolitanism is positively related to attitude towards global brands that originate in the market. That one is also supported. However, here we have three unsupported hypotheses, which are related to consumer cosmopolitanism as well as need for uniqueness. And here are also the information on hypotheses related to materialism as well as brand attitude, which shows partially supported and supported. So in terms of conclusion and recommendation, what factors drive the purchase intention of global cosmetic brand purchasing? So our findings actually suggest that brand attitude positively mediates the effects of cosmopolitanism and need for uniqueness to purchase intention of global cosmetic brands from developed markets. Brand attitude positively mediates the effects of cosmopolitanism to purchase intention of global cosmetic brands from emerging markets. The second question that we have, does the consumer attitude towards cosmetic brands from emerging or developed countries affect their purchase intention? There was a significant relationship between brand attitude and purchase intention, which suggests that more positive brand attitude, more likely that they will purchase from the brand. And it is also interesting to note that there is no significant difference between the brands from emerging markets and developed markets. The third big question, which key factors of purchase intention influences a consumer's decision of purchasing a cosmetic brand from emerging or developed countries? Materialism and need for uniqueness are key factors of purchase intention for both models. Individuals with higher need for uniqueness are more inclined to purchase from developed market brand, and those with materialistic tendencies are more inclined to purchase from developed market brand as well. So what does this mean? By managers and marketers should emphasize and highlight cultural benefits of brand and products to meet cosmopolitan consumers. Highlight cultural features through product packaging, social media marketing content, or email marketing or digital marketing. Emphasize local aspects of brand identity for local cosmetic brands, for example, Mineral Botanica with Aleira, Premier Beauty with batik packaging, and BLP and Healthy Skin with inclusivity. And shape positive brand identity by developing core values that align with specialties of the products. For example, what Sensasia Botanicals have done with their natural ingredients. And develop customer relationship by engaging on social media and develop community. There are obviously some limitations of our research. We have limited sample size, so there is a need to increase the number of samples and perhaps use other examples of brands to improve the measurement of consumer traits. Yeah. There may be some different factors in emerging markets. For example, let's say economic condition, product trends, affordability of brands. So there will be a need of doing a further research on emerging markets. And in terms of the number of consumer dispositions that we studied in our research, There are actually limited traits. Yeah, we only focus on materialism, unit for uniqueness, cosmopolitanism, and so on. So there may be some other variables, for example, like shopping and enjoyment, consumer food, or perhaps other situational factors that may influence how the purchase intention is going to be formed. Yeah, so there need to be a better conclusion in terms of effect of consumer dispositions toward purchase intention. So that will be all from our presentation. Thank you for listening.
Okay, thank you very much. So now there is time for about 5 minutes for questions and answers. Okay, any questions? So the participants here, aside from Ms. Adila Anggraini, there's also Ms. Regina. So any questions from the forum? Okay, if not, allow me to ask a question. Now, you did mention that cosmopolitanism does make a higher preference for local products. And that, I think, would be rather counterintuitive, because I was thinking that if you're more cosmopolitan, you would be wanting to use global products like Revlon, for instance. Can you explain why?
Okay. All right. Thank you. Yeah. I agree with you that cosmopolitanism is also quite interesting finding in this case, because it was shown to positively related attitudes in both developed and emerging market as well. Yeah. However, it was actually not greater in terms of the global brands as compared to the emerging markets. So I think if we take a look into the preferences of the respondents, majority of them actually chose local brands like Wardah. Yeah, which means that they may have perceived the local brand as being at least equally good or equally superior compared to the global brands that have also been mentioned in the study. In addition to that, I think the image that has been shown by the brand itself is international enough, yeah, that it is that the respondents or the consumers may have forgotten that it was actually a very own local brand. So I guess depends also on the preferences of our respondents in this case.
Okay, interesting.
Mm-mm.
And any other questions from our other presenters? Another thing that you did also mention was that it's not the uniqueness that brings people to prefer a specific brand. What examples of uniqueness can you give us?
Okay. Yeah, thank you for the question. Our study actually shows that the need for uniqueness is doesn't have positive influence toward attitude. So I guess in this case, because all the brands are widely available, so they don't see that the action of using the brand or using the cosmetic or skincare, whatever product that the brand has, is unique. Yeah, so they're just one of the customers that happen to purchase the brand. Yeah. So usually we expected that the customers who may have a stronger need of uniqueness to choose maybe brands that are more niche. Yeah, they're not really widely available, that are perhaps a little bit more unknown to the masses. Yeah. So that may lead them to have better attitude. But actually, since again, going back to the preferences of the respondents, they mention brands that are widely available, widely accessible. It is actually sensible, yeah, to see that the hypothesis itself was not supported. But had the respondents perhaps chosen brands that are not widely available or widely accessible, then there is possibility that they may show the need for uniqueness may be proven to have an influence on brand attitude.
Okay, thank you very much for the clarification. And thank you, Adila Anggraini, for the presentation and the explanations. And for our next presenter, so let's give An applause to Ms. Atila Anggraini.
Thank you.
Okay, and for our next presenter, it would be Ms. Regina on the intervening role of customer satisfaction and the relationship between brand image, service quality, and customer loyalty at the e-retail industry. Are you with us, Mbak Regina?
Adam, sir?
Yeah. Okay. Good. You're with us. Okay. So we'll first show the video that you provided.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Please introduce myself. My name is Regina Davishartanto. I'm together with my lecturer, Mr. Radin Joyo and Mr. Udin, and my relative, Anissa Ayunintia Sibowo. We are from Universitas Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta. I will present our research results about the intervening role of customer satisfaction in the relationship between brand image, service quality, and customer loyalty at the e-retail industry. First of all, from the research background, the COVID-19 pandemic spurred digital transformation, making technologies like online learning, video conferencing, and e-commerce essential. ASEAN Meal Delivery Service GMV grew by 183% in 2020, reaching $4.6 billion in 2021, with Indonesian accounting for nearly 30%. This study examines the impact of service quality and brand image on customer satisfaction and customer loyalty in the e-retail industry, focusing on online food delivery service. Then for research objective, we have 7. The first of all, to determine the positive and significant impact of service quality on customer satisfaction and also on customer loyalty in e-retail service. Then to determine the positive and significant impact of brand image on customer satisfaction and also on customer loyalty in e-retail service. Then to determine the positive and significant impact of service quality and also brand image on customer loyalty in e-retail service through customer satisfaction. And the last one is to determine the positive and significant impact of customer satisfaction on customer loyalty in e-retail service. For the retailer review, service quality refers to the overall service performance expected by customers. In e-retail service, models like ServQual are used to understand the relationship between service quality and customer satisfaction. The study aims to determine the connection between brand image and service quality on customer loyalty, mediated by customer satisfaction in e-retail services. For the research method of observation and collection, data was collected from customers with at least 3 e-retail transactions using a questionnaire. And for processing information data, the study used a quantitative approach and structural equation modeling, we used to call SAM, to examine the impact of brand image and service quality on customer satisfaction and customer loyalty. For the trial result and evaluation, achieving a 99.1% response rate from 176 participants. A 5-point Likert scale measured the constructs with 5 indicators for brand image and for each for service quality, customer satisfaction, and customer loyalty. We have 7 hypotheses for research results. First is service quality positively and significantly influence customer satisfaction in e-retail service. Hypothesis 2, service quality positively and significantly influence customer loyalty in e-retail service. Hypothesis 3, brand image positively and significantly influence customer satisfaction in e-retail service. Hypothesis 4, brand image positively and significantly influence customer loyalty in e-retail services. Hypothesis 5, service quality positively and significantly influence customer loyalty in e-retail service mediated by customer satisfaction. Hypothesis 6, brand image positively and significantly influence customer loyalty in e-retail services mediated by customer satisfaction. Hypothesis 7. Customer satisfaction positively and significantly influence customer loyalty in e-retail service. For the discussion, the research confirmed that service quality significantly influenced customer satisfaction and customer loyalty, supporting Hypothesis 1 and Hypothesis 2 in line with previous studies. Brand image also positively impact on customer satisfaction and customer loyalty, showing earlier findings. Additionally, customer satisfaction positively affect customer loyalty. Overall, service quality and brand image enhance customer loyalty through their effects on customer satisfaction. The study confirmed that service quality significantly influenced customer loyalty through customer satisfaction consistent with previous findings. It also validates that brand image positively impact customer loyalty mediated by customer satisfaction. And for the recommendation, first one is based on the output of the study, business should develop a workable plan to increase customer satisfaction because doing so will undoubtedly increase customer loyalty. For the second recommendation, based on the paper, researchers should add an additional variable such as product quality. I think it's enough. Thank you. If any question and any suggestion, we are very open.
Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Regina. So this presentation was on customer satisfaction in the e-retail industry, and all the hypotheses turned out to be positive and significant. Now, any questions from the forum first? No questions? Okay, so if I may ask, which e-retailers were your respondents using, and which is the largest group?
The e-retail that we use for the researchers is Shopee Food.
Oh, Shopee Food. So it's just one e-retail. I see.
Yes.
And more specifically on the food industry, the Shopee Food. Okay, in that sense, it's interesting because the service quality might still be standard, while product quality, you did mention to add product quality. It would be correct, interesting, because then the product quality might be different from each seller because it's not made by one manufacturer, but by different manufacturers. So I think that your suggestion is very interesting to find differences in that. And you did mention that each e-retailers need to increase, have a plan to increase customer satisfaction. Can you give more details on that?
Thank you very much, Mr. Nam. Can you repeat the question?
Okay, you did mention that the e-retailers need to increase their customer satisfaction and have a plan to increase it. Okay, so based on your research and maybe your opinions also, what can they do to increase customer satisfaction?
We think the thing that makes customer satisfaction is make the service excellent.
Okay, so they can increase the quality of their service then. Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Regina. And the third presenter is not available today. So I think that wraps up the breakout room session for this evening. And I would like to close our session by reciting Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, Alamin. And after this, you may proceed to go back to the main room. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and congratulations to everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Recording in progress.
All right, we have passed all of the series of agenda in the first international conference on management and sustainable environment with the theme Developing Management and Sustainable Environment in the Digital Transformation. Thank you to all of the participants who have participated in the series of ICOMSE events on the first day. Congratulations for all of the participants who have made the presentation today. And good luck for all of the participants tomorrow who will present their articles. Reminder to all of the participants who have made participation and presentation today need to attend tomorrow's event on the plenary session and the closing ceremony. Once again, thank you for all of the participants, keynote speakers, and everyone attend this event. See you tomorrow at the first ICOMSE event. I am Sabrina as the Master of Ceremony, asked to say goodbye and apologize if there are mistakes in hosting this event. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.